What's going on, snipers? Naeem Al-Obeidi here. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful day today. Let's just dive right into our daily cryptocurrency analytics for today and talk about some coins that I've seen discussed over our Discord over the past couple of days, including coins like Komodo, RaiBlocks, BitShares, OMG, and then Tron. Let's go ahead and look at the technical chart here for Tron. You can see we have a rounding bottom form where there's support around 213 Satoshis. If you guys don't know, the EMA is actually this blue line right up here, stands for exponential moving average. Right down here, you've got the RSI at the relative strength index open, and then the volume levels are right down here. If you guys don't know about these indicators, the Discord resource that we have available and open for each and every one of you guys for free is in the description below. There's a link that can take you to the mobile version, the desktop version, or the web version. And then if you go to tools under trading 101, just go over here, you can look at the definitions and then pop up rounding bottom. If you guys want to actually compare this chart, you see there's initial downtrend, you see this round itself out, breakout and trend reversal right there on the right hand side. You see exactly that happening here with the TRX chart. I'm actually going to be putting a trade in this fairly soon here, just depending on whether or not it continues to test this resistance level or breaks through it. Looks like it's about to break through it. As you can see, resistance is at 385 Satoshis. We're currently at 378 Satoshis, just testing this out. But what I like about this chart, if you guys know how to use the EMA, which is the exponential moving average, you pretty much want to make sure this is bouncing on top, and we are definitely bouncing on top. RSI is still under 70, healthy levels. I definitely can see this possibly breaking out in the next couple of minutes, to be quite frank with you. So that's pretty much Tron's technical. If we look at the overall chart here, you can see we're at about 5 cents right now at a 15% gain, heading towards these all-time highs. We're at a $3 billion market cap, heading towards the top 10 rank. We're at rank number 18 right now, well into the top 20. So in terms of price prediction, I would say, once again, you can never determine exact prices, but price movements for sure. I can see all-time highs being set over the next couple of hours, if not over the next couple of days for Tron, being that it is not that valued at where a lot of other coins are. Like if you look at XVG, for example, you can see Verge is just totally overvalued in my opinion, because you see this huge run up. I did take advantage of a couple swings recently with Verge, but I think Tron definitely has its way. And pretty much what I'm looking at here with Tron is the fact that if we're at 5 cents, we can see ourselves heading towards the 10 cent, 13 cent range over the next couple of days. So I'd be interested to see if that does happen. Our next coin here is RaiBlocks. By the way, if you guys are Verge fans, don't take that as criticism towards Verge. All I'm saying is it saw a huge influx of demand over a short period of time. Prices skyrocketed. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't mean it's going to crash back down. However, I feel like Komodo has a potential of having that same type of price increase. I'm sorry, I'm talking about Tron. So let's look at RaiBlocks here. RaiBlocks has been in the news. Everybody's talking about it. It's an amazing technology. Instant transactions, no fees, on its own blockchain, all of these great things. But I want to talk about one specific reason why I think the price of RaiBlocks is actually going to increase over the next couple of weeks, especially because of the technology. That's one side of it. I can make a video right now about, oh, it's such a great technology. You guys can read the white paper if you really want to read into RaiBlocks. But what's interesting, if you look at their website, it does say, where is RaiBlocks traded? RaiBlocks is currently traded on 3 exchanges under their ticker symbol XRB, Meritox, BitGrail, and Bitflip. Who has heard of these exchanges? Not me. The development team is actively working to add RaiBlocks to additional exchanges with the goal of RaiBlocks ultimately trading on every major exchange. You look here, obviously, those are the only exchanges trading it. Volume, though, has went up significantly since April. Check this out. April, we were at $3,200 of volume. Right now, we're at $55 million in volume. Market cap's over $1 billion at $3 billion, ranked number 16. If you put RaiBlocks on Binance, Bittrex, Polynex, who knows what the price is going to shoot to. So you guys ask me all the time, does it mean prices are going to go up if something's going to be added to an exchange? It depends. It's depending on what coin it is. For example, for RaiBlocks, I've never heard of these exchanges. So when a coin like this comes to an exchange that I'm using, like Binance, for example, then of course, I think demand is going to increase because you're opening up the floodgates for more demand to come. However, if you look at coins like Bitcoin Cash, when it got added to Coinbase, well, that was pretty open out before Coinbase added it. I mean, you could have went on Bittrex or Polynex or all these other exchanges like Kraken and purchased Bitcoin Cash. So if you really wanted it, you could have just transferred from your Coinbase to a different exchange and get it. But I think for a coin like RaiBlocks, where it's not as much attention going towards it, that when a coin like this goes on a major exchange, which is in their website, that they have the, they have the intentions to actually do that, then I can definitely see prices going up. So that's why I'm looking at RaiBlocks over the next couple of weeks. I can definitely see this starting to shoot up. If you look at the technology, it's such a great coin, and what they're looking to do with it is just phenomenal, and we'll definitely most likely make a video on that. If not, one of you guys can post your video on that on this channel. As you guys know, on our Discord, if you guys don't know, you guys can actually start posting your own videos here. If you guys go to the opportunity tab, we have certain criteria that have to be met because the video has to add value to the community, but that's definitely open. Let's look at OMG here, guys. So pretty much what we're seeing here with OMG, if you guys look at the technical analysis here, there's an ascending triangle forming here, and if you guys have our Discord, you can actually look at that. I'm not going to pull this one up this time, but a very clear ascending triangle. What's a little bit interesting about this is RSI is pretty much around 50 right now, well under 70, but we're still maintaining these price levels, kind of going in and out of the EMA. We're not totally over it like we were back here on the 31st. However, I can definitely see us starting to head upwards as it continues to follow this pattern. So with OMG, I think it's a very undervalued coin. If you see here, price levels haven't jumped much, and not only that, prices were pretty high around, it looks like September 12th. It was at a pretty high point here around, looks like 316,000 Satoshis, where right now we're sitting at around 143,000 Satoshis. I love the team behind OMG as well and what they're planning to do with it. It's actually an already established company in Asia, and what I like most about it though is the price and where it's at. If you look at the coin market cap for OMG as well, you can actually tell that there's not much price manipulation compared to coins like what we saw with XVG, where there was just this huge influx of demand. However, you can start to see demand is increasing back to where we saw around this time period, and now with what we're seeing with OMG, I can definitely predict that prices, in my opinion, are going to start heading upwards over the next couple of weeks, and this is going to be the Satoshi value. So the USD value, I just want to make this clear, the USD value is at an all-time high, but the Satoshi value isn't. And I like to look at Satoshi value because if you're trading something and Satoshi value is down, if you guys don't know, Satoshis are pretty much the cents of Bitcoin, is like how I like to put it. So you have a dollar and you have cents, you have Bitcoin, you have Satoshis. It's the fractionalized decimals. So pretty much that's my primary focus. I'm not really looking at US dollars right now, being the fact that I could just trade Bitcoin if the Satoshi values are going up or down. Now, when we look at BTS, let's transition to BitShares, guys. I want to look at this chart here, and I want to show you guys something that I like to find when looking at trades to make. You see this EMA here. We're completely on top of this EMA throughout this whole channel. Obviously the candle is over, the wicks isn't, but that's not necessarily what I'm focused on. If you see the candle here, it was overlapping the EMA, then going into jumping with the EMA. So for BTS's chart, obviously RSI is well over 70, which does indicate something is overbought, but volume here was extremely high around December 15th, and right now volume is low compared to then. So in my opinion, as we start heading upwards in price, this is pretty much where it ended up falling from Satoshi levels. Now we're seeing Satoshi levels starting to increase for BitShares. So in my opinion, I'm also watching this for a potential price movement. EMA is being, we're bouncing on top right now. Not only that, I like BitShares as well, what they're planning to do. Once again, we can make a more in-depth video on stuff like that, but I just want to show you guys the price predictions for now. So I can definitely see Satoshi levels right now currently at 5,723. I can definitely see them going back to where they were at previous highs here in terms of Satoshi. You can see here we did have this one run up here where we reached a value of about, looks like it was 6,478 Satoshis, then went to 13,000 Satoshis, and then it pretty much peaked out around, looks to be around 15,000 Satoshis, where right now we're still right around 77,000 Satoshis. I'm sorry. Yes, 5,662 Satoshi. Sorry, a lot of numbers there. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing with BitShares. It's still going up, and previously it had this huge run up, which we haven't seen even half of that yet. So in terms of future price prediction, I can definitely see this increasing. US valuation is higher than ever. It's approaching $1. I think as it approaches that big even of $1, like you saw with Ripple, I think that's where we're going to start seeing Satoshi levels starting to shoot through the roof, and then possibly end up you know, in the top 20, where right now we're at rank 23. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at for BitShares. Let's pull up the final finale here, which is Komodo, and let's go ahead and look at the technical analysis here. If you look at this chart, this is a flag continuation, and I'm going to show you guys really quick on Discord how that looks, since you guys pretty much have this as well for you guys to reference to. When you look at a flag continuation, you're looking for this initial breakout from the left-hand side, heading towards this consolidation. What you're focused on is you're focused on this rectangle. You want to make sure that it forms a rectangle, and then that's where breakout occurs once this doesn't go back to these previous support levels and then heads halfway through back up, and that's typically an indication of a breakout. So you can see the triangle or the rectangle here is clearly formed. You can draw this out just like this, and you can see it's exactly that. So with this flag continuation, we've already bounced on top of the support. Now we're bouncing on this resistance. We may bounce back one more time and then head halfway through, go right back up, or we may break out at this point. It's going to be interesting to watch this, and I think it's interesting because it's happening right now. You can see it's starting to make its price movements, currently at 73,000 Satoshis. So its high here was around 85,000 Satoshis, where previously, as you can see with Komodo, if we look at this chart, Satoshi levels were high around the June and July range, which it headed towards around 91,000 Satoshis, where right now we're right around 70,000 Satoshis. And not only that, what I like about Komodo is the fact that it's ranked number 33. Not as many eyes are on it right now. Prices are low. It just entered the $1 billion market cap range. So I think this is definitely a coin that can be undervalued and overseen, which will eventually start gaining some momentum over the next couple of weeks. So that's pretty much the price predictions for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys are not on our Discord, the link is in the description below. And we're also going to be launching our trade alerts for our Patreon. So if you guys are a Patreon, the link is in the description below as well. I'm pretty much going to be sending out a weekly video of my top 5. And pretty much, if you guys want to do that, you go on our Discord, go under the contribute Patreon, and you guys can actually pull up this link or just check the description in this video. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for approaching 20,000 subscribers. We're right around 19,000. That's an awesome feat for this community. I can't wait to have more of you guys posting content on Snipers too. And with that being said, guys, like always, Snipers out.